Lads, there's a war going on, okay? In case you missed it, AEW are attacking WWE and they're taking food off Razor's table. So it's time to bring back an iconic campaign. Something that'll unite everyone against AEW and save sports entertainment forever. It's time to stand up for WWE. If you don't know what this campaign was, basically Linda McMahon challenged for some political position in America. I don't understand American politics, so we're just going to call it the White House World title, because that sounds pretty cool. Anyway, once the media found out who she was, they started saying mean things about WWE, basically running it down and saying that it was like a trash form of entertainment, which...
It's a little baby boy.
What? Couldn't be any further from the truth. So in response, Vince McMahon decided to create this.
Let's show the world the power of World Wrestling Entertainment. Let's stand up for WWE.
That was a few years ago, but now it's time to bring it back. It's time to stand up for WWE. So, they have these fucking 10 commandments, yeah? Or 10 tasks, or whatever you want to call it. It's basically a cult, and as a cult member, these are the tasks we have to carry out. So we'll start at the beginning. Number 1. Forward stand up for WWE videos to your friends. Right, so they have these fucking videos they put out to promote this campaign, and obviously it's our job to spread the word, so that's what we're going to do. I'm forwarding these videos to 2 people. Nicola, because she's extremely supportive.
Go and fucking crawl in the dirty, dank little hole where you fucking come from, you dirty, dragon-eating little fuck.
And Butch, because if he's ring announcing in front of 2,000 people in the National Stadium, and he's standing up for WWE, that's possibly 2,000 people then standing up for WWE after they hear his message, so that'll be a massive help.
And I stand up for WWE.
I stand up for WWE.
Stand up for WWE. Stand up for WWE.
Okay, we got a response off Nicola. Fucking pathetic response, if we're being honest. However, after some tough negotiations, we've managed to get Butch on board. So, that's phase 1 complete. Now it's time for task number 2. Upload video testimonials showing our support. So, I suppose we'll just do that now then. Hey, you, stand up for WWE. It's alright. Epico's there and, he's pretty good. So, yeah. Honestly, that is perfect. I'm patting myself on the back. Task 3. Email your friends and family stating why you're a WWE fan. Dear Dad, I know you didn't ask for this email, however I feel as though it's very important to send it anyway. Why am I a WWE fan? Well, really, you have to go back to the start. And then I was like, whoa, that Bobby Lashley lad has some serious neck muscles, and really, that's what grabbed me. When Vince McMahon's limo blew up, I really did think he was dead, and it did upset me, but I was also just 8 years old. WWE experience, Sky 1, 11 AM on a Sunday. What more could you want? How does Sin Cara eat when he doesn't even have any holes in his mask? CM Punk was good, don't get me wrong, but Michael Tarver from the Nexus was an absolute tank. And then I noticed that this so-called Wyatt family had a standout in the group, and that's really where my love for Eric Rowan began. WLC. The match really does speak for itself. And essentially that's chapter 1 of why I'm a WWE fan. I'll be sure to email you the rest soon. Your loving son, Cian. So now that that's out of the way, I think it's time we move on to task 4. Oh no, wait, we got a reply. Dear Cian, you're adopted. Task 4. Friend WWE on Facebook. Unfortunately, you can't friend WWE on Facebook because it's a page and that's not how Facebook works, but there are still several friends we can make on Facebook, which is basically the same thing as being friends with WWE. Like, we can add Roman Reigns, for example. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, Randy Orton with Van Dyke as his profiler, Randy Orton from Dublin, Powerhouse, and of course, Mr. Vince McMahon himself. So don't feel put off, lads. There's loads of WWE friends you can make on here. Stand up for WWE. Task 5. Make I'm standing up for WWE your Facebook status. Might put that on only me. Task 6. Write a letter to the editor of your local newspaper. So, my local newspaper doesn't talk about wrestling because they're too busy reporting about murders happening in the park near my house. But that doesn't mean you can't write a letter to your local newspaper. If you look at the WWE website, they do it all the time. It's literally just articles about how a journalist said WWE is porn, and them being like, It is not porn. And then one journalist slated WWE for the Eugene character and how it was essentially just everyone taking the piss out of a man with intellectual disabilities. WWE's response though, WWE featured a character, an actor playing a role named Eugene, who was a person with intellectual disabilities. He was often faced with difficult challenges, situations and rivals, including some of the most villainous and dastardly WWE characters. What he failed to convey is that Eugene, like most of WWE's good guys, overcame the obstacles, prevailed and was a hero to our millions of fans.
Fuck him up, standing! Fuck him up, standing!
It's not quite how I remember it, but Task 7. Share your favourite WWE stories on Facebook and Twitter. Now, as a hardcore WWE fan, there's actually so many stories to choose from, I don't know where to start. One that jumps out at me is when they announced, obviously, a historical Battle Royal at WrestleMania, where the women would have their equivalent of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and they named it after the Fabulous Moolah. Yeah, that's not a good story. Okay, but one story that I could share is about one wrestler who, despite his inexperience and size, managed to overcome the odds and win a huge battle royal in his home country, putting his name on the map. The happiest moment of his life, and one that inspired a new generation of boys and girls. Well, not girls, because women can't wrestle in Saudi Arabia. Actually, that's quite a shit story now that I think about it. Well, what about WWE's Be a Star campaign? That's an inspirational story, getting their employees to stand up to bullying and prevent the next generation of kids from falling down that path. Employees such as John Cena, Randy Orton, JBL. Maybe we'll do this one later. Task 8. Read a story that's unfair to WWE? Email the reporter. Well, we're here on Larry Sisonka's... Sisonka? I can't pronounce it, sorry. Well, we're here on Larry's review of WWE TLC 2014, because even though this article was written almost 5 years ago, there's something here that really gets to me, and I never really had the courage to speak out about it, but this is the Stand Up for WWE campaign, so I've no choice but to finally speak out against this slander. Of course, you're all familiar with Eric Rowan vs Big Show. Many call it the greatest stairs match in WWE history, and I for one would absolutely agree with that statement. But Larry here... Going into the show, I was not enthused about this match, and after all was said and done, this was really bad. Dear Larry, your opinion and personal taste is wrong. Please fix it. He gave it a dud and everything. Task 9. Create I Stand Up for WWE signs or t-shirts for live events. So, I have created my sign here. I've put a lot of effort into it, as you can see. So, I expect all of you to do the same. The t-shirt was a bit of a problem. Personally, I'm very happy with the design. Again, worked very hard on it, and I thought it came out exactly as I wanted. But for some reason, it's apparently too small for the t-shirt, so I don't know how to fix that. So this leaves us with the final task in order to stand up for WWE. Task number 10, check back regularly for updates. And this determines everything. The social media numbers, what was their last tweet? What sort of response did it get? Did it go viral? Are people finally starting to stand up for WWE? And here it is, WWE. The recognised leader in global sports entertainment, featuring the unrivaled superstars of the ring, including John Cena, Randy. That's it, that's the tweet. This whole video has been a failure. Nobody else is willing to stand up for WWE, except Butch, so thanks. Bye.